Hello and welcome back to another game on Arena between Terra and DraCoNT. Actually, a matchup that has been there quite often. I like to see Terra and DraCoNT play. Always fun to see the stream. Then again, DraCoNT quitting sometimes and coming back. I like it. Like to see him play. And JonSnow is getting a lot of games, so we're gonna see a lot of Arena games here, and at least in JonSnow's stream. Not sure. This was a series of 6 games actually played between the two players. I'm gonna cast game 1 now. Not sure if I'm going to do another one, maybe. Also, these games are on AOC, so if you want to get the recordings and look at them on your own, can link that if you want to. If someone asks it, I can provide the AOC zone link. I don't know if I remember it by uploading it. Let's go for the game. I chose this game because it's not a classical like Monk Rush or Rush in general civilization mix-up, but it's Vikings and Teutons, two civilizations that get a pretty good boom in. I'm interested to see how the players are going to do here. I'm going to start with JonSnow's map right now, with the main gold safe in the back, which is always nice to have. Second gold safe in the back and an extra gold. I'm in awesome shape now. Interesting. I guess DraCoNT has played a few more games that day as well. I think so, at least. And let's see if it's gonna be right, if you can win this matchup. DraCoNT, Teutons against Vikings. Yes, somewhat you feel that the Teutons Paladins should be a lot stronger than the Vikings, but in the Vikings with all their army. But I've seen differently, so I'm not convinced here yet. Let's see how this game is going. Extra goldie as well, so basically another main goal safe in the back, which is really awesome. I'm gonna find those and pick those 2 sheep. JonSnow's got a lot of idle time here, interestingly enough. Should not happen, but it's not a big deal. Second stone is outside, 3 deer outside. Had to lure a boar in from outside as well. That's interesting to see. Houses there. I guess he's going to wall this very soon, because lately we've seen a lot of tower rushes and rushes in like Dark or Feudal Age. Ooh, not a good boar lure. That should not happen. Terra not with a good Dark Age here, apparently. Now we have the main stone forward for him, 1 relic inside, really nice, second boar which he can see, very good, and a 3rd gold outside. The map all in all quite good actually, the stones forward, but shouldn't be a big problem here for the Vikings. Let's see how it's going to do. As for DraCoNT, let's see, luring deer in from behind, that's 3 or 4 deer, I guess 3, but they're behind that little, I don't know how to call this little forest. A little bit awkward, can lure them in anyway. Nice lure actually, and the second boar coming in time. Not perfectly on the TC, but better than Terra's boar. And he's gonna be fine with that second farm coming up as well. Of course, Teutons farms. Cheaper, cost only 40 wood. The main gold on the far end, but somewhat forward. The second gold also close to the main gold outside in front of the gate. 3rd gold to the other side here outside. Not a really good map here. The main stone forward, and the second stone is outside forward as well. So the map doesn't favor DraCoNT at all. The civilization does, of course, with the paladins. Let's see how it's going to do this actually. And going for the second lumber camp here. I like this spot. Really nice one. The first one is okay, I guess. Could have gone better? No, I don't think so. It's alright. Let's go for the relics to finish the map here, and for another extra gold on the left hand side. Do we see extra stone? Yes, also on the left. And we have 2 relics here on the left hand side. 1 relic closer to JonSnow, this one a little bit closer to DraCoNT. So Terra's map looking a little bit better to me. DraCoNT now going for gold. JonSnow clicking up the Feudal Age. Let's see, what has he got? 26 population, 25 villagers, luring deer in from outside. Opening a second piece of wall, which is interesting enough. For me, I don't think he should have needed it, but happens sometime. Now he's going to try to get those deer in. But yeah, that's the problem here. There's deer running around. That's not what you want to have. Let's see if he's getting another deer in. Ooh, 300, 400 food only for idle villagers going out now to take that deer, and he's going to try and get that last one in as well. 3 farms coming up, 3rd farm at least. We have 530 wood for JonSnow. The big problem somehow. I'm not sure why he's doing it, why he's getting so much wood. Could get that later on, but it's alright, I guess. He's still playing really good on Arena. Guess a lot of experience here. Let's check for DraCoNT. Yeah, he's got the resources in already, and going for that second villager. Also getting the last deer in. Is it going to run away? Nice block, and double medics also on the way. So DraCoNT start seems to be a little bit better. As for JonSnow, he has to idle his town center because he doesn't have the food required. Instead, more than 400 wood in the bank. should really change the build order, I feel, but yeah, he can play whatever he wants. Rewalling this with stone, so he's gonna send a villager to take 10 stone at least. Where's that main stone coming up here? I guess this villager is going also already. Yeah, that's looking good. We have market and blacksmith for, as far as I can see, both players. We have a little bit of a scout fight now coming up. JonSnow with the first hit. Terra's gonna run. DraCoNT is gonna run away. Where is the market and blacksmith? In the back here for DraCoNT. Interesting. That's what I usually we saw by JonSnow like the last years. And DraCoNT also making sure that JonSnow cannot go in with the tower hub. You've seen that a lot of times. So here's the house blocking the corner of the gate and trying to get Terra's scout into his base, trying to wall. It's not happening, and that means we're gonna go into Castle Age with both scouts, and DraCoNT getting that first TC deep into the wood line. Couldn't fit a few farms around, I guess that's alright. Let's get another TC as well. Yes, 2 TCs on 2 wood lines. That looks like a big boom to me. And also monastery coming up. He's got a lot of wood. Also got enough food to get the bow saw upgrade in, but missing a little bit of wood right now. First monk on the way. As for... no, I was getting it already. Sorry, my fault. Bowsaw and heavy plow coming in for JonSnow. Of course, he's got that Vikings handcart free upgrade already and wheelbarrow in feudal age. So he's got a lot of food in. 2 TCs, 2 extra TCs coming up as well. 2 villages on go. There's 1 monk. 2 monks actually coming up from the monastery. Pretty similar right now. DraCoNT looking a little bit better. And JonSnow again trying to hunt down DraCoNT's scout here. Are we gonna see any fights between scouts, monks, whatsoever? I don't know. Let's see for JonSnow. Can he see the relics? He cannot see the one DraCoNT is picking up right now, but he can see the rest of them. Let's go like this. This looks interesting. It's not really pretty, but it's helpful, I feel. And not the perfect scouting, but it's alright. As for DraCoNT, can see those 2 relics here, and JonSnow is picking one up, so JonSnow is gonna have 2 for sure. Let me move the Fog of War for a little bit. And now they're gonna go for those last 2 that are on the map. DraCoNT 3 monks and going for a 3 TC boom. Sanctuary also coming in. Interesting upgrade at this point. Makes sense. We have 47 villages for DraCoNT. JonSnow only on 40, and that's interesting for me. That means he had some idle time actually. That's not really good. And DraCoNT, look at this, getting 2 relics, and he's gonna be able to convert Terra's scout. Maybe that's 1, 2, 3 hits. Not enough. Sanctuary helped a lot here. And DraCoNT securing 3 relics out of 5. A little bit of a win in my opinion. And also 5 villages ahead. We're almost 5, like 4 or 5 villages. A lot of farms coming up now. Terra staying with 2 relics right now. Cannot do anything else. He's gonna boom as well. Second mining camp actually coming up for JonSnow. And a lot of farms. A bit of a bug here. I don't really like it, but what can you do? Doesn't really matter again. And now we're gonna wait for players to go up to Imperial Age, I guess. We have a siege workshop coming up. Both players gold mining at almost the same time. Those 2 scouts running around, of course, maybe trying to find a villager or something, but it's not gonna happen, I guess. DraCoNT, is he going for that second Imperial Age building yet? He's doing redemption actually against that upcoming siege workshop. Maybe it's an interesting choice, spending a lot of gold. He may need it later on, and therefore it's alright, I guess. And delaying your Imperial Age time for a little bit isn't a big problem because you aren't relying on castles, so getting your castles trapped down is not the biggest problem in the world. On other civilizations that might be a problem. The 2 monks, 2 scouts, moving around a little bit. Not sure, I don't think Terra is going for any siege right now. It wouldn't make sense. Barracks actually coming up. And Terra is close to clicking up. He's got the 2 buildings, he's got the gold and food. Up we go to Imperial Age. DraCoNT not far away, missing the second building, and he's got the gold right now. I guess he may have sold some wood, I'm not really sure. Where the village is going? Are we gonna see another mining camp on the gold here? Nobody going for stone as far as I can see. Handcart now coming in for DraCoNT. Of course that upgrade is not free for him, so he needs to do this. Pikeman for JonSnow is expecting the Cavalier and Paladins actually. Makes a lot of sense to go pikeman first with the Vikings, and then Arbalest, I guess. Archer range is up. First Mangonel out. We may see honor chest, but they're not gonna be really good against the Teutons, I guess. Ooh, and redemption paying off already. There's 1 Mangonel being converted here by DraCoNT. Annoying JonSnow in a very important part of the game, which is going up to Imperial Age and trying to transition into making army, getting upgrades, and so on. One pikeman is out, but those smokes against pikeman for attack, it's taking quite some time. And DraCoNT just being annoying right now, with another Mangala coming up. There's a ramp for JonSnow, but a Mangala should be able to deal with it. And DraCoNT has a big advantage right now. It's going to be easier for him to transition, I think. DraCoNT waiting a few more seconds, JonSnow getting a siege workshop up. Let me see, what is JonSnow actually doing? Fortune coming up. We don't have the already upgrade for Vikings, as you all know, so I can just get more blacksmith upgrades. And no arbalest whatsoever yet. DraCoNT, Cavalier, Heavy Plow, where's the stables coming up for him? I don't see them yet. And in the back, yes, that's 4 or 5 stables coming up, blocking this little part of his eco. Actually extra berries here, but he didn't touch them at all. I guess it's no problem that I didn't show them. And with more archer ranges also coming up, we may see elite skirmishers. Actually no, I think this could be hand cannoneers done. He's got enough gold in. Elite skirmishers, I think, not fully upgraded for Teutons, so not the best unit choice. We may see them later on eventually, because, yeah, if this is going to trash war, you need them. The first cat rams, 4 of them, taking down the gate, pikemen behind them, but one wolf, T90, that's for you, is gonna try and take down a pikeman here. I don't think he's gonna be successful. 66 HP pikeman, but still halberdiers, I think, would be better. And there's the Cavalier, 140 HP, 12 plus 1, and plus 4 defense already. This is good. Siege ram though for JonSnow. Paladin on the way for DraCoNT here, and the siege rams are approaching this first TC. It's gonna run really fast. And JonSnow likes his siege ram, that's for sure. Attack the monastery immediately, very smart move. Let me go a little bit slower, maybe like 70 is good. And this monastery is gonna fall, but I don't think DraCoNT is gonna give away his relics. He cannot afford to do this. JonSnow with the score lead, those forward buildings, now archer range is coming up, blast furnace on the way, and pikeman plus siege ram actually right now, really good combination. But there is the Cavalier moving in, and once they're paladin, they are gonna be really dangerous, because pikemen aren't gonna cut it for terror, I guess. He needs either a lot more of them, or maybe some support like arbalest. They could do okay-ish when there's a lot of pikemen left. And like this, the Cavalier already are able sorry. Oh my god, sorry. Shouldn't have heard that. I guess it sounds annoying. Paladin is done, and the pikemen alone, there's not gonna burn enough of them. Now JonSnow needs a lot more. He needs to mass them. Arbalest now on the way, blast furnace as well. But those paladins almost fully upgraded. Only missing a plus 4, and as far as I remember, Teutons get plus 4. So the last siege ram down, 2 new monasteries to get those relics in. Fletching arbalest upgrade for terror, but we have DraCoNT now with 23 paladins, and that's just better than the 30 to 35 pikemen here. So let's see how this game is going. How is JonSnow going to cope with a lot of paladins? And for now, DraCoNT can afford them. He's got a lot of villagers on gold. He's taking this gold undisturbed, and once gold is gone, Vikings have an advantage over Teutons, I think, because they got the better trash. Let's be honest, and they got the siege rams as well. But as long as you get gold, and the paladins are just so dangerous, and they can, while they're taking a lot of damage from the pikemen, they can destroy almost everything. Look at this, all the pikemen going down, a lot of paladin left here. Siege rams aren't really doing a lot, and we're seeing more archer ranges now. We're gonna see elite skirmishers, so chemistry on the way. No elite skirmish upgrade. I think we're gonna see hand cannoneers, and that's of course the perfect counter to those pikemen here. Arbalest gonna be able to deal with the hand cannoneers. At the same time, Paladin gonna be able to deal with everything. And DraCoNT now in the score lead, 700 points actually, taking a good fight here. And still keeping his eco going. Back eco proving really valuable right now. 110 villages each player, or almost. And Vikings now has more military units, and now trying to hunt down a few villages here that are arbalest. Can you see that actually? Let me check. I guess I can use the unit spy right now. I cannot see those villagers. He's actually attacking the second gold right now, and I think DraCoNT is going to be able to defend this. He's gonna have to do that eventually, because he cannot afford to lose gold. Trying to go for that stone, main stone, but the mining camp being denied here by the arbalest. Makes sense. Terror, look at this, beautiful. A lot of military buildings to be able to produce a lot of pikemen. And idle villagers, 7 for each player. That's not a lot. JonSnow with a lot, big army, but there is that very valuable gold army here for DraCoNT. He's getting better armor, guild, Stratton Crane, plate mail armor, and ballistics as well as tracking coming in for JonSnow. So more upgrades on the way now before the next big fight is starting. Arbalest behind the walls, but those walls are controlled by DraCoNT, and he can just magically destroy them. Not sure if that's following any logic, but it doesn't matter. We are used to this in this game. This Arbalest is gone. I guess the pikeman still standing, and DraCoNT is continuing to take his gold here. Not sure how that happened. The next big fight, actually bomber cannon even in the mix. And the Arbalest being microed by JonSnow, trying to take down the monks, and maybe now the hand clears, but there's not a lot of them left. And the pikemen again going down almost like flies. Look at this. DraCoNT with 49 military units, now JonSnow only half of what he had. He had like 80 military units almost, now it's 40, and of course he's gonna produce more and more, he's got the resources to do so, but at the same time those paladins are just so strong at this point, and DraCoNT is still getting gold here, and he's still got 800 gold in the bank, so he still can produce a lot of hand cannons, a lot of paladins if he wants to. And then again, there is the market which he can abuse if he really needs the gold, while JonSnow doesn't really need that big amount of gold here. And I'm not sure what you can do against those paladins. Once there's a critical mass, you are not going to be able to stop them easily. I guess like 2 castles and a good fighting position could do, but right now we're in the open field, or semi-open, as there's a lot of buildings from JonSnow. And I think DraCoNT is just waiting for the siege units, namely the bomber cannons coming in to take down, oh my god, artillery barracks, siege workshops, everything that's here. And those Arbalest, those few groups, they're not going to do a lot. And the pikemen just standing behind there. It's not a good fighting spot for pikemen, I guess. Now that's a good choke point. DraCoNT going back immediately. He's got enough hand cannons in the back. With archer armor finally coming in. Cat ram actually, to maybe be able to take down the buildings faster and maybe a little bit more cost efficient. Still taking this gold on the left, still taking this gold. One pikeman got in, but it's not going to do anything here really. And JonSnow again trying to micro the Arbalest, taking down one bombard cannon, good job, but losing a lot of Arbalest at the same time. I think this bombard cannon is going to survive. And the paladins just overwhelming everything. The hand cannons in the back, 17-8 attack. We know how strong they are against infantry. And there's not enough Arbalest for JonSnow to really be able to snipe them. Also DraCoNT with a nice army control, I feel. Getting the paladins to the front. One getting converted here actually. Monks, in theory they're an option, practically that's too many paladins to be able to convert a lot. And JonSnow actually calling GG. He knows he cannot stop this paladin army right now, and he doesn't have enough projection going. The pikemen just too weak. And like this, that's what it's supposed to be. DraCoNT with a really strong game here, and the paladins very strong. They should be able to take down anything that the Vikings can throw at them. I don't know, maybe champions would have done the trick against the paladins, but they're really not that strong at all, and I don't know if that's cost effective. The pikemen in theory are good, and the paladins I feel are stronger. Hope you enjoyed this game. Very good first game here by DraCoNT, and see you in the next ones. GG.